Ciao amici, Larry Geiger from Pompilio's restaurant, and welcome to our kitchen. Right here I'm finishing up one of the classic dishes that we serve at our restaurant, our chicken cacciatore. Many times throughout the years I get asked, how do you make a certain dish? And one of the dishes I'm featuring here is our chicken cacciatore. So let's go upstairs to Mama Rose's original kitchen and I'll show you how to make this classic dish using our marinara robusto sauce. Now that we're in the kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make our chicken cacciatore. And first, you need our marinara robusto. Besides the marinara robusto, you can get the other ingredients, which requires whole chicken breast, half of an onion, whole green pepper, probably about a handful of mushrooms, Italian seasoning, garlic, parsley, and pasta. Now in this dish, I prefer to use the string pasta. We're going to use spaghetti, but you're welcome to use any type of pasta that you like. But I thought the string pasta goes a lot better with this dish due to the texture of the dish. So now while we have all the ingredients here, we're going to do something on our stovetop to help us prep prior to us cutting. What you want to get is a medium pot with half filled with water, 2 dashes of salt, bring it to a boil. And on the other side of the stove, you want to have a medium-sized pan, put a little bit of butter with a little bit of olive oil, get that nice and heated up so we can put our chicken to cook. So now I'm going to cut the onion and the green pepper, which will finish all our vegetables being cut. Then after that, we can go to the stovetop and cook our chicken with the vegetables. The thing I liked about the marinara robusto dish is that it's a very traditional dish. Mainly, basically, it's just fresh tomatoes, chunky Italian spices, and vegetables. Now with the cacciatore dish, it's a quick dish that you can do at home. It takes less than 20 minutes. Something that you can do on a run. You already have the sauce. Now with the vegetables, you're able to complete a nice, hearty dish that serves between 10 or 4 people. So I'm cutting the onions and the green peppers dice style. You can cut it either way, but I prefer the larger dice compared to the minced or a julienne style. And when we saute these vegetables and with the chicken, we'll add these seasonings in there, which give it a little bit more flavor. So now that I have all my vegetables cut, my chicken cut, my pot is boiling, and my pasta is ready to go, I have my marinara robusto here, and then I'll have a separate pot heating that up. So once we get all these ingredients warmed up, cooked, we'll have this sauce cooked, we'll combine the dishes, and you'll have our chicken cacciatore. So I have all my ingredients here on the stove. I have my pan warming up, I have my boiling water, and I have my jar of my marinara robusto, so I am ready to make our kitchen cacciatore. So first thing, we want to take the boiling water that we have, put it in the pot over here so we can get our pasta working. So there's a rule of thumb with the amount of water that you have in your pot. The rule of thumb is usually 1 gallon of water per 1 pound of pasta. So what we like to do, we like to have about a half gallon of water with a pound of pasta. And why we like to do that is with the less water, the starchier the water will get with the pasta. And the starchier the water is the better when we put it into our sauce, because it'll thicken things up and bind things a little bit better. So I'm using my measuring cup here, doing 2 cups at a time. So I have my half gallon of water, my pasta up top. Now I'm ready to start the chicken. So first with the chicken, I want to put our butter into the pan. I usually just put enough butter in to cover the bottom. Now with the chicken. Now what we like to do with our chicken, we like to dredge the chicken. I like to dredge the chicken in all-purpose flour. So I put my chicken in there, and I mix it up with the flour. I get a nice coating on this. Why we like to dredge the chicken in flour? Because what this does, it adds more flavor because it locks in the moisture within the chicken and also gives it a crispy texture. Just think of it like you would fried chicken. So I got my chicken dredged. Chicken in the pan. chicken in the pan. So make sure I have enough butter. If I need to add a little bit, I'll add a little bit. Always nice to put a little salt and pepper on it too. A little more flavor to that. So now with pasta, what's going to cook in this boiling water, it's going to take about 10 to 11 minutes to be al dente with the pasta. So once we put it in, we can expect about 10 minutes till the pasta is fully done. See my chicken here? So it's about halfway done now. Now I want to add my vegetables. We'll start with our onions. Now we add our peppers. And our mushrooms. The chicken right now is about halfway cooked and we added our vegetables, so now it's time to add our pasta. So my water boiling, now I'll add about a pound of pasta to it. Just like I said, we're using our spaghetti pasta. So I already had my water boiling with the salt into it. Now I add my pasta. Chicken and the vegetables are coming together. About the process, I like to add a little salt and pepper to it, just to give it a little bit more flavor. See how the chicken has that nice breaded texture to it, so we got the flavors going on with our vegetables. We have our pasta going. So let this cook for about 5 more minutes. In about 5 minutes, I'll add a robusto to it. And then in about 5 more minutes after that, our pasta should be nice and al dente. And then we'll be able to finish our dish. Now that my chicken's almost finished, our vegetables are nice and tender, our pasta's nearly done. Now it's time to add our secret ingredient, our marinara robusto. Like that. Cooking. Toss it around. What I like to do is I got to get a little bit warm, and once it's nice and warm, I use about a half a cup of the pasta water. Add it in there. So I add that starch to it, the salt that's in the pasta water, loosens the sauce up, adds more flavor to it, binds it together, thickens it. We just have a few more minutes on the pasta. And let the sauce cook and marinate. So around our sauce. So the vegetables coming together, chicken nice and tender. Sauce is nearly warmed up. Looks like our pasta's done. Now I'll take our pasta. Notice everybody has a strainer at home. Just strain the pasta in there. My pasta's finished, my sauce is done, and it smells so wonderful. So now it's time to plate our dish. Pasta on top. Get our ladle. And just coats the pasta, sauce, the chicken, about equal amounts. With the 26-ounce jars, you're able to get about 2 to 4 servings out of it. Now we have our pasta, we have our cacciatore sauce with our marinara robusto. Now we're ready to eat. Now excuse me while I plate this and serve this to one of our hungry guests.
Per sempre a Dio, sempre